Hello and welcome to the Oxford Skills Microsoft Word 2016 for Beginners training course. We hope this is useful and fun. In this video we're going to do a short introduction into what Word is, what can be done with it, what are the alternatives, and what we're doing in the course. So without much further ado, so what is Word? Word is probably the most used application in the Microsoft Office suite, which in itself consists of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and a number of other applications. Word is, in many guises, an industry standard and even a home standard Word, pardon the pun, or document processor. In short, Word enables the creation of very simple to very complex documents, be they lengthy text pieces or with pictures in them or charts or other features. It can be used to make academic papers, letters, technical documents, blogs, sales reports, and much else, which we'll go into to the duration of this course. Word has existed for many decades, probably 2 or 3. The current version is 2016. Before that was 2013, and then going back, you have 2010, 97, XP, 2003, 2000, 97, and it goes back in time into various different versions. So it's been around quite some time, and it's grown in functionality over that time, both in terms of how many people use it, where you can get it from, what you can do with it, the functionality, and more recently into where you can actually use it. It used to be just a Microsoft domain where it was only on your Windows desktop, because that's what most people had. But these days people have Macs, they have iPads, they have Android tablets and all sorts. And we're now in a world where Word exists along with the rest of Office in various guises on those different platforms. So the next question, of course, is now you know what Word is, how do you get it? Well, Word used to be supplied just with PCs and computers or bought as a box product off the shelf. You went to Best Buy or PC World or any kind of standard computer store and bought a box that said Office or Word on it. Or you could download it and pay Microsoft for a license, those kind of things. And it used to be only on a Windows platform, as we mentioned a moment ago, but could also be found on Apple products, particularly OS X. These days, however, you'll find also it's predominantly used on most corporate machines in a very high majority. There are some large organizations that don't use Office or Word, and they do very nicely out of it, but even in those cases, you'll probably find they've still got Word installed on their machines in some way, shape or form. It's now also available as a downloadable app onto your mobile devices, much like your iPad or your Android tablet. Word is actually free at the time of recording. As long as you have a Microsoft Live account, you can connect to it and you can edit and save and create documents. Another way you can get Word is you can subscribe to it. So rather than buying a box product off the shelf or downloading a full copy and paying for it, you can subscribe paying a monthly fee to Microsoft to get one or several installs on your home computers. And another way you can get to it, although it's not quite the same, you can access Word online. If you have a live account, you can log in to your OneDrive and then connect to a web interface where you can see a limited but still quite useful version of Word and even edit save documents that you've been editing via your desktop application. No discussion of Word will be complete without actually talking about the alternatives. And there are 3 really. If you're a Mac user, the alternative Mac-only product is something called Pages, which from my understanding is a pretty good version. There's OpenOffice, which is free, which includes an application called Writer, which is the equivalent of Word. Functionality-wise, I think it's quite high. The main benefit being that it's free. I think the main drawback is it probably looks a bit clunky for this day and age, but if you're not too worried about cosmetics, then it's well worth considering. And the third and probably the biggest alternative is something called Google Docs, which is a web-only tool, a bit like the Word Online we just mentioned. Google Docs is Google's freely available toolset that lets you create and edit documents on the fly via a web browser, and also lets other people edit that document on the fly whilst you're looking at it. So what's in the course? The main purpose of this course is to gain some skills and some literacy with Word. Beyond that, what you as a casual user may already have seen. You might have written a letter and just changed the format or changed the font color or moved some text to one side or something like that. What we're looking for here is to go through all those basic features, build on those, and then find those light bulb, oh, I didn't know it could do that moment, where you can actually become a bit more of a skilled user of Word and find some time saving or even work saving methods of using the product. And we'll mainly be covering the daily tools and options within Word 2016. If you're a Word 2013 user, you should still be able to follow along pretty much all the way through. There'll be some minor cosmetic things that are a bit different and some functions which we'll mention that are only in 2016. But 2016, 2013 are quite close in terms of what they can and can't do. If you're using 2010 or earlier versions, you should be able to follow along. The concepts we're going through and the principles and the things we're doing, by and large, should still work, but the way you get to them, the buttons you press, might not be in the same place. Where we can, we'll try and cover those differences, but we can't guarantee to. And we'll be using Word on a Windows platform. If you're using Mac and you're using Word 2016 on your Mac, it should again be pretty much by and large the same. Obviously, the OS will make it look a little different, but you should be able to follow along as we go. And we're not going to be covering any advanced features such as creating complex macros or anything like that. There needs to be a separate discussion and a separate course for those kind of functionalities. And by and large, most Word users don't need to get into that level of detail. So finally, for this video, thanks. Your viewing really is appreciated. We hope you find the course fun and informative. And on that note, you will find, as we do these recordings, we will deliberately leave speaking mistakes in, errors, those kind of things, unless they're particularly horrific and need to edit them out. We hope this makes the course feel a bit more natural and a bit more normal, a bit more approachable, and just proves that even as experts can sometimes make mistakes. So on that note, we're going to end this video here, and we hope you enjoyed the course. We'll see you in the next one.